The enemy is using leadership. He's using world-renowned preachers. Let me explain this to you. How could you not identify a spirit in a person and you've been saved for 25 plus years and you can't identify a pedophile spirit in your pastors? Over 100,000 members and nobody in there can see that a man molests a 12-year-old for 4 years. And you supposed to be saved, filled with the Holy Ghost. I don't care. I'm going to say it. You could not identify it. How is it you saved, filled with the Holy Ghost, and you don't even realize that the folks that you're following are money hungry? Why? Because you were brought up on them. They taught you. You learned stuff from them. When I hear people talk and they'll say, well, such and such said this, such and such. I don't care what they said. I'm your pastor. I don't care what they said. And you shouldn't, and I get irritated when I hear folk all the time be talking about, well, pastor said this and pastor said that. And that's all good to repeat what I've said. It's all good. But don't get used to that. Don't let that be a go-to. This is a go-to. Listen, this is a go-to. Now, when we read in 2 Timothy chapter 3, you got to realize, and just stay right there, what went on in chapter 2. In 2 Timothy chapter 2, Apostle Paul is talking to Timothy, teaching Timothy, explaining to him how he's supposed to be as a leader, as a pastor, telling him to hold on to the word of truth, telling him how to act, telling them how to walk, telling them how to be a good preacher, a good leader, a good pastor. What is God requiring of him? But then when you go to 2 Timothy chapter 3, after he explains to Timothy everything that he's supposed to be in a pastor, he says, this know also. This is the highlight of this message today. This know also. Look at somebody and say, it's something you got to know, so you can guard yourself. You will not, if you don't understand this, you will not guard yourself. If you don't understand this, you will be fooled. If you don't understand this, you'll see things, you'll hear things, you'll watch YouTube, and you'll say, I don't know if I even trust Christianity anymore. I don't even know if I trust Christians anymore. I don't even know if I can trust this thing that I've been in anymore, because I've been fooled all these many years, and people are walking away from the faith because of pastors. Don't come to me and tell me young folks don't want to come to church. They do want to come to church, but they don't know what kind of church they're going to come back to. Let me tell you something right now. The prodigal son did not come back to a circus. The prodigal son came back to a house that was in order. He said, I'll go back home. When he went back home, he seen everything in line when he went back. When he went back, he seen the servants doing what they were supposed to do. He seen his daddy doing what he was supposed to do. He seen his mother doing what he's supposed to do. He seen the children in line. He seen the house clean. He seen everything in order. He did not come back to a church that was a circus filled with compromise, filled with lawlessness, filled with this and that. He came back to a house in order. So what happens is, when the young people get older and they start what they call smelling themselves and try to do all their own thing, when they go back to where they come from, to what they know, to what they were brought up in, and they see a circus, they say, well, this is a circus. I'd rather stay out in the circus I was in. It's not that the young people don't want to come back to church. It's because when they come back to a circus. And I'm going to tell you something, y'all, the stuff I'm preaching right now, you up under leadership, you might be a visitor here, or you might be following your favorite televangelist. In the book of Jeremiah, say you just as guilty if you drink from a broken vessel. If you go look at the book of Jeremiah, he said you're just as guilty if you drink dirty water from a broken vessel. Look at somebody and say, you got to get out while you can. I'm telling you now. Say people don't want to go to church no more. They don't want to go to church because you don't got no faithful pastors around here. That's why they don't want to go to church. They're tired of hearing slanders. They're tired of it. Don't come and tell me, oh, people don't love God no more. No, that ain't it. That's not it. God told me that's not it. And the devil knows exactly what he's doing. He's just pushing something that's already been there. Now, I ain't talking about all of them. But the Lord told me this morning, he said most. He said about. And it was scary.